Both of his career losses, he's got an 11-2 mark. Both those losses occurred in the U.S., and we've got a knockdown scored within the first 10 seconds.
6, 7, 8. You okay? Walk to me. Box.
I'm so confused right now, Tess. I'm just confused. Burns boxed last week, moved around, used his movement, and then he comes out and gets aggressive with the power puncher. Makes no sense to me.
Cervera has 3 first-round knockouts. Those came early on in his career, the first 4 fights of his career. 10 knockouts among his 11 wins.
Oh, Cervera has really good experience against really good competition. You know, he's a Colombian brawler. He comes to fight. He said he's been working on his boxing. You know, he says he wants to set things up now and just not be a straightforward fighter. But he has heavy hands. You can hear the thudding sound of those punches he's landing on Burns, either on the gloves or on the body of Burns.
You mentioned the experience. The losses are to Ruben Cervera and Miguel Mariaga.
Watch your head, watch your head.
Miguel Mariaga, who we will see Thursday night against Mark John Yap, will be in the main event as we are back in the bubble Thursday night.
Cervera is showing a lot of poise right now. I appreciate the fact that he didn't allow Burns to dictate how this fight was going to be fought. Burns came out looking for a street fight, and Cervera is looking for more like a boxing match, and it's working in his favor right now.
Yeah, Burns came out like it was a street fight, Dre. Then he got caught. Got caught with a hook from Cervera.
Well, that cooled him off a little bit. Now Cervera is able to box like he wants to. Burns isn't showing that same eagerness, at least not right now.
Stay busy, stay busy. Shoot shot.
Yeah, just what you were saying. Burns came out aggressively, left himself wide open, throwing the hook, and he got countered right in between that, left his own left hook. Here it is, nice setup. Boom, shorter, tighter left hook from Cervera. That's what we call punching in between punches.
Cervera's doing a beautiful job right now, just staying calm under fire.
Stop.
And just not allowing Burns to rush him or to make him pick up the pace. Cervera's letting Burns know that this is the pace we're going to fight this fight at, and this is how this fight is going to go. He's dictating how this fight's going to go, and that's why he's landing clean, flush shots like that. And right now, Burns has no answers.
Oh, there's a good, solid right hand from Cervera.
To me right now, Burns is doing the right thing by moving. You know, you got to move against a power guy. You know, power guys that shoot punches with power, they have to be grounded. They like to keep their feet planted on the ground. So if you move on them, you make them have to keep resetting their feet to be able to land their power.
Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Cervera?
Max Garcia is very happy with the poise of Cervera in that first round, and he says, look, you catch him coming in with that stick jab or counter with the right, you can continue to have success.
Cervera is landing heavy shots. Tim, you mentioned that earlier, but He doesn't seem to be loading up to me. He has great punch selection. He's calm under fire, like I said before. He's sort of allowing Burns to, you know, just get himself in trouble. Like, Cervera's not setting any big traps. It's Burns' over-eagerness that's getting him hit with all these flush shots right now.
Mueve los pies. Mueve los pies. That jab. That jab. Muy bien. Some of that downstairs too. Downstairs when you're in there.
That's a heavy shot right there from Cervera, but he didn't throw it hard.
Work, work, work. Work.
Stop! Nice shot right there from Burns, right down to the body of Cervera. Got his attention. What Burns going to need to do, he's going to need to get in, and he's going to need to get out. He can't stand there waiting on a receipt from Cervera.
Remember, Michaela Marish's very good-looking prospect who we saw a couple weeks ago is on that card. And the heavyweight Guido Vianello is on that card, all topped by Oscar Valdez. And we are hoping that perhaps in this calendar year, we anticipated there will be a showdown with Miguel Burchelt if he gets past Jason Velez.
You can see a little bit more urgency in Cervera right now, stepping up the tempo on Burns. Moving forward now, coming behind his jab a little bit more aggressively this round. See, that type of stuff right there is what Burns needs to continue to do. Throw combinations from the outside and continue to pick up his feet and move locations.
But it's like you said, Tim, the mistake that Burns is making is he'll throw a punch and he moves back casually as if no punches are coming back. And for the majority of this fight, Cervera has thrown punches back at Burns after he's thrown. See, that was an attempted counter right there.
There you go. We're behind that. We're behind that.
There's some success for Burns is coming straight ahead.
There is, Tess, and I was just going to say that, but for both guys right now, if one guy would feint, you know, and see what the other guy's going to do and then make him counter, you know, kind of change the cadence a little bit of what's going on. You know, these guys are not feinting, they're just throwing.
Cervera was able to place a body shot with that left hand moments ago.
That jab out there. That jab out there. What?
Agarra tu distancia, tira la mano, derecha, fuerte. El 1-2, está bien cuadrado, Ruben.
Let that available hand work.
See, Clay Burns is landing some good shots. He just has to expect Cervera to throw every time. Even if he doesn't, just get out of the line of fire, score some points, move, come back, attack again, rinse and repeat. If he does that, he can start to score some points and win some rounds.
Work, Clay, work.
Cambió.
Stop! Gotta get busy. Shoot shot. Stop. Shoot shot. Work, Clay. Let him go.
Well, this has been the story of the fight where Clay Burns has good offense. He comes in with his head down. Cervera steps back. Boom. But Clay Burns gets hit on the way out the door because he doesn't expect a punch to come back. He lands a good jab. And he just gets hit on the way out, so he has a good moment, but Cervera is able to steal the play.
To this point, Cervera has a 40-36 connect advantage over Burns.
And oftentimes with judges, Joe, it's the last punch that they see that they oftentimes score in the midst of an exchange, and right now that's Cervera.
I think what young fighters and just fighters in general need to understand is that wherever your head was last, your opponent's going to throw. He's going to throw where he saw your head last. So if you throw a shot and you get your head off the line, guess what? You're going to make your opponent miss. You have to think about that every time you let your hands go.
There's some feints in there, too.
You know, Burns did something about 15 seconds ago he came out and he jumped Cervera. You know, and I saw Cervera a little bit uncomfortable bagging up. You know, I think Burns has the key. He has to figure out how he can get inside and stay inside on Cervera. You see Cervera holding right there.
Well, Burns is unorthodox. He's an awkward fighter, so we just saw a few seconds ago, we saw him sort of run in and break all the rules, but land a shot. That's what he's got to keep doing. Just expect Cervera to throw back after he punches.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, that's his best chance, but it comes with risk.
And listen, Clay Burns is 9-8, so we get it. I'm not saying he's an undefeated fighter or anything, but he's got enough athleticism and good enough legs where he can get out of the way and avoid the return punch from Cervera.
But you notice every time Cervera bags up, he's up in the air. He's not ready and set the punch. That's the time that Burns needs to continue to come forward and cut off that ring on him and attack him. See, he's up in the air right there. That's when you attack him, not when he comes down and come forward.
I think Cervera needs to stay in the body of Burns. Every time he's gone downstairs, he's gotten a reaction from Clay Burns.
Fort Worth gets in work at Paulie Aiello's gym there. Served the Marines, had a 4-year stint. And now here he is in tough against Ruben Cervera. 11-2 mark. He's from Colombia. Talked to us about not having the best training in Colombia, wasn't good sparring there, was making a lot of mistakes. He said all the coaches down there, they just want me to come forward, and he never really got a chance to work on his defense or evolve as a complete fighter.
Stop!
Anytime Burns stays out there at mid-range, standing in front, looking like he's taking a picture, he gets hit with big shots from Cervera. But anytime he's inside the pocket, he's safe, he's inside the power, and he's in control.
Yeah, I think Clay Burns needs to be all the way outside where he can't get hit if he's thinking, or all the way inside where he can smother the punches of Cervera. The in-between game is a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, but when you're at the in-between game, what you have to learn and do is you got to be ready for offense to come at you, and then also that's the time to drop your feints. You're close enough for him to believe that you're going to be throwing a shot. Didn't make him miss and didn't make him pay.
Stop!
Burns was able to score there.
Stay busy, baby. Stay busy.
This is what his corner wants him to do just when he's in the inside. He said, just throw, just hit anything. Let your hands go on the inside.
Watch your head, guys. Pick him up, pick him up.
Exactly what he needs to do, and he's having success right now.
Stop, stop, stop. Pick him up, pick him up. Two S's. Watch your head, both of you guys.
And you don't have to run from the power. You can actually step inside the power. And when Burns does that, he has success.
Hey, fight out, man. Suéltalo, suéltalo.
What is he waiting on?
Stop!
Burns need to get those hands going right now. One hand free, you need to work with it.
Stop!
Second time we've seen Clay Burns here fight in the bubble. We also, Thursday night on ESPN.
Fuerte jab. Tú primero. Vamos, Ruben, vamos, energía.
Stay busy, stay busy.
That's the future right there, Tess. I believe that's the future of heavyweight boxing. Jared Anderson. Can't wait to see him.
Let me tell you something, our present isn't that bad. We still got Fury Wilder 3. We still got Anthony Joshua with title defenses. And then if everything stays the course, a 2021 that should produce an undisputed heavyweight champion.
Fuera, mano derecha.
You know, I've been watching Ruben Cervera, and he's got a steady approach. He's steady. He's, you know, he doesn't go too high or too low, but I'm also watching Clay Burns go to another gear over the last 2 rounds, and I've yet to see Cervera meet him and go to that gear along with him.
Stop. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Clay Burns had his most productive round in that 5th round. He landed 16 of 51 total punches, including 15 of 35 power punches.
If I'm in the corner of Clay Burns right now, I'm telling him to throw left hooks. Throw left hooks. Lead with left hooks. You want to know why? Cervera keeps moving to his right. Look at that right hand. It's down. He's going to run right into it.
I just like the effort from Clay Burns. I like the fact that he does have multiple gears. You see him switching up his game plan. 1 minute he's attacking, the next minute he's boxing. That's what it takes to win any professional prize fight, especially as you start to go up to the higher level. But right now, Cervera has not shown that he can do anything other than what he's shown.
Get in there and work.
And that's why he's lost. And I'm talking Ruben Cervera, the bigger fights when he fought the bigger names, because he wasn't able to make the adjustments and step his game up when he needed to.
There's a 1-2 from Cervera. Burns was slightly off balance.
Burns is coming in the same way. He's just following. He's not cutting off the ring. You got to learn how to cut the ring off. Got to be a step ahead of your opponent.
Work. 2 shots. 2 shots. Let's go.